Hello everybody, SeaSlug here, and if you guys could leave a like, that'd be awesome. I'm curious to see how many more likes I'll get just because of that. I don't know, I like never actually bother, saying none of those stuff. I don't know, I feel like saying that really isn't that important, but then like you look at some other people and I don't know, it feels like they do get a lot of like likes and stuff just because they mention it on every single video, although it does actually get pretty annoying. I'd rather have an annotation saying leave a like than, the person actually mentioning it. But then you probably wouldn't get as many. But yeah, anyway, let me actually get onto the battle using the same hyper-offensive team that I used on Showdown last time. I don't know, I'm kind of liking this team. I mean, if you kind of get screwed, there's like barely any chance for you to like recover. And there's a lot of moves that have like low accuracy and stuff, but I don't know, it's pretty fun. I usually I like tend to run a couple defensive pokes here and there, but I honestly just felt like trying out some like hyper offensive. But anyway, this is Battle versus Beck. He's leading off with the Glisco. I'm just gonna go for the knock off that thing's life force. It's gonna make it a lot easier to deal with later on if I don't let it get paralyzed. I didn't really think he would have any moves to like 1k KO me, so I didn't really have to worry about not being able to get up my rocks. He does have the Ice Fang, but he's at -1, and I take that really well. So, it's gonna go out into my Tornadus now. He actually goes for an Earthquake, I guess, predicting my switch into like something else. But it's not the case. I just go for the Hurricane. He ends up going into Empoleon, more than likely to defog, get the rocks out of here. As he does end up getting confused, he doesn't hit himself, which is good for him, and he manages to get the rocks out of the field. However, looking at his team, I was pretty confident that I'd be able to get the rocks back up without like too much problems. He sends in the Aegislash now to take the incoming Focus Blast. However, for him, I actually do have the Heat Wave. And I end up getting a burn, which doesn't really matter. This Aegislash is especially offensive. And actually, this Aegislash, I actually have a clone of this Aegislash. If this Aegislash is the same one I'm thinking of, then I actually do have a clone, because somebody actually gave me one for BGC. So, that's kind of interesting how, that Aegislash got cloned around. But anyway, this Shiny Greninja comes in. It's not going to take that Hurricane all too well. I was actually predicting a switch out. And right here I go into my Rotom Wash, thinking that he'd go for like a Scald or Ice Beam or something like that, but nope, he goes for the Dark Pulse, and now he predicts me pretty well. I end up going to my Terrakion to try to get the justified boost from that Dark Pulse, but it's not the case. He does actually go for a Scald. Life Orb Protein, I'm not gonna live that. My Terrakion goes down, but actually his Greninja is pretty low on the health now. Not going to be able to survive a Stealth Rock switch in. I am going to send my Rotom, thinking that his Greninja, there's no rocks on the field and his Greninja is pretty fast. It does threaten a lot of my team. I kind of predict the switch out, go for the Hydro Pump, take out the Glisco, which isn't really that big of a deal for him, I guess, since it's not poison. It's not really that useful anymore. I'm just gonna revenge kill my Rotom with the Braver, or not the Brave. Is it the Brave? No, not the Braver. The Talonflame. There we go. And it's sending the Alakazam. I was thinking that this Braver, or not this Talonflame, is such a big threat to my team that I was thinking maybe he wouldn't want to like sack it. Maybe he'd want to like switch out or something to maybe like his Greninja or something like that. So I decided to go for the Gazingleen. Not really the best idea. He doesn't really take, or he does take that pretty well. I mean, I could have I'm pretty sure I could have killed him off with the Psychic, but whatever the case, I end up losing my Alakazam. No big deal there. I could just send him my Landorus, lowers attack, and he kind of has to switch out now, or unless he wants to go for like a Brave Bird or something. But I am gonna get up my rocks. That kind of kills off his Talonflame, kills off his Greninja. And also really hurts this Pinsir if it, ends up switching out. But that does not look like it's going to be the case. It looks like I'm about to get just completely swept by this Pinsir as it, sets up a Swords Dance. I found it weird how it didn't Mega Evolve first turn. So I was thinking that maybe, it wanted to try to get some, like, Moxie boost before Mega Evolving. Which, it actually sounds like a really cool, like, idea. Although I, like, never see it happen. But yeah, my Tornadus just can't take +3 quick attack, so it's gonna end up going down. Unfortunately, he has the sets up another Sword Sense, and actually that wasn't +3, that was +1. Okay, so now he's at +3. My Landorus getting that you know, Intimidate in there, but yeah, quick attack taking out the Landorus. Gonna go out into my last Pokemon. Luckily, you know, there aren't any rocks up, or else, you know, this thing would have gone down. But he actually is gonna send out his Empoleon. He switches out, which I found very weird. So I was thinking that maybe, you know, he didn't think that a quick attack from his Mega Pinsir would be enough to, you know, KO my Charizard. But if that was the case, you know, he could have switched out into like his Aegislash, you know, try to go for some King Shields to like stall out my Sun. That's the reason I didn't Mega Evolve with my Charizard first turn. Mega Charizard Y has like the same defense as, you know, normal Charizard, so Mega Evolving or not really wouldn't have mattered. He sends out his Greninja now. That dies to rocks. Really shouldn't have done that. I personally would have, you know, sent out Aegislash first, King Shield, done, you know, some of those shenanigans, and then use the actually, no, you can't really do that, but yeah, just send out Aegislash, maybe, or actually give up Greninja, and maybe just Greninja, I don't know, because if he could have stalled out the Sun, my Charizard wouldn't have been able to take out his Empoleon with a Fire Blast or a Solar Beam. I wouldn't have been able to take down the Empoleon. The Empoleon could have gone for the Defog, you know, maybe lived and Fire Blast or 2 or something like that, and then brought out the Greninja or Talonflame to, you know, outspeed me and take out my Charizard. But that is not the case. My Sun is still going strong, although I don't really need it at this point, as I take out his Aegislash, and now he just sends in his Pinsir, which is 4 times weak to Rock, and his Talonflame, which is also 4 times weak to Rock. But yeah, that is gonna be a good game right there. He actually told me after the battle that that was a misclick. So I was guessing that he was probably looking at his Pokemon stats, because I've actually done that before, where, you know, you look at a Pokemon stats and then you accidentally click the switch out button, which, you know, is kind of annoying. But anyway, I got another battle for you guys, probably tomorrow, if not like on Friday. It's using the same team. That's because I had 4 battles yesterday before I went to sleep, and 2 of them were sweeps. You know, not really gonna upload those, and then 2 of them, you know, they were pretty good. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and later, folks.